Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 8 p.m. Eastern Daytime edition of One Global Movement Speak with Heart. I can see Tyrone again here, and Nancy Jody is here. Thank you guys so much. And I see the two channels on Facebook too are also watching. So we're going to begin by playing this very meaningful, purposeful song. We can make a difference and we can make a change. So here we go. Hello, Nancy. We really think everything's alright, yeah. This world isn't me, crying out to be free. We gotta shed some light, oh, teach the world to smile. Feel the breath of God. It's time to come together, you and I. Share the love of Jesus Christ. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the world a better place. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the sun shine through the rain. Shine on through the rain. You know a man who's needing a hand. Don't you walk on by. Welcome, Joseph. Lost all that she had. We gotta take the time up. Look around your world. Some of empty hearts. There we go, Jody. Nancy, the dancing queen. Where is the time? We can make a change. We can make the world a better place. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the sun shine through the rain. Shine on through the rain. Hello, Ruth. Welcome. Teach the world to smile. Feel the breath of God. It's time to come together, you and I, and share the love of Jesus Christ. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the world a better place. We can make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the sun shine through the rain. Shine through the rain. You can make a change. We can make a difference, difference, difference. This is such a beautiful song, you know. We can make a difference. We can make a change. You and I can come together and make a difference. We can make a change. We can make the world a better place for all. And this is so true because we can come together and make a change overnight, literally overnight, if we just have that love
for one another, we can actually eliminate all the discrepancies, all the worries, all the discrimination, all the stereotypes and name calling and everything that is going on around the world. We can eliminate ego. We can eliminate greed. We can eliminate power just by melting everything with love, just showing love, and even so conscious and so mindful of what comes out of our mouth, how we respond to people, we will eventually just melt out everything, and the world will be a better place for all. And don't just react to things that people say. A lot of times it's just good to just be calm and quiet and think about our responses before we respond. I had to begin to learn that by heart. I learned it because, before I'm like, no, you can't be talking to me like that. But then I realized that I elevate my anger, my worry, and wasting time. In the end, you develop a headache and you have not achieved anything. And I'm so happy that we are here serving children, serving families, so that we don't have to go that route. So, one global movement is here for quality. One global movement is here to look for people that have the heart of gold, that want to make it better for others, people that want to put smiles on other people's faces even when they themselves are facing challenges. They want to be able to put smiles on other people's faces, particularly our children. And you and I know that not every child like you and I or others have that opportunity to be raised by their parents. Sometimes, because of one reason or the other, the parents are not around. Sometimes they're dead, even just when from the very first day that the baby is born, the parents are not there, the mother is not there. And it becomes so hard for any child to grow up without the parents, particularly the mother. We all know the importance of a mother, the cradle of all society. The centerpiece and love of every society is the mother. We all talk about our mothers all the time. We want to say something, we say, Mama, Mama, So it is very, very important. But the father is also important. And we all must come together to make a difference in the lives of each and every one. You see me here today. I am a testament, what you can call a testament. And that is why I am so passionate about doing what I'm doing, not just for my family, not just for the village where I was born, or not just from the country that I came from, but in the entire world. Because when you look around the world, you see that a lot of children are going through a lot. Sometimes the parents put these children through the challenges that they are going through, not because they don't love their children, but because there is no other way out. Now, some of these parents, they give these children into prostitution, particularly the young girls, or they make their little boys, they go and steal, they do odd things that, or get involved in drugs and other things because they want to eat. They want to eat because they don't have the means. And you begin to question yourself, how and why? How and why is it that God created us and gave us abundance, that we should dominate the entire earth with everything, and yet we suffer? Say AP Mahusadanan asked about a few weeks or months ago, that how is it that the continent of Africa feeds the whole world with more than 50% of its natural resources, yet it is so poor? And our brother Vital Smart also asked the same question. And we all know that the powers that claim to be, that are forceful, when they do these things, they were not thinking about children. Because if they were thinking about children, they would not do these things. Because in the end, like two elephants can come and fight, they will be wrestling with one another. They might not like necessarily physical fights, maybe a cold war, or maybe by exchange of verbal exchange or whatever. But in the end, who suffers? The grass. And the grass now are the children that suffer, that don't have any protection, because we chose to be greedy. We chose to exercise power. We chose to lie, tell the world lies. We chose to do things that go against what we should be doing for these children. And so, if we don't stand up here for these children, then nobody will. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? We need to stand up for these children. And thank God that our leader, our wonderful, wonderful CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, has taken the lead and brought us in so that together we can do it, because he understands the spirit of Ubuntu, that we are only human through the humanity of others. This song, We Can Make a Difference, We Can Make a Change, is a song that is being sung by young people. Young people. Have you seen a baby? A little toddler carrying a baby. This toddler is really cuddling this baby and really patting this baby and really loving this baby. And he understands that this is a baby. This baby is fragile. This baby is delicate. This baby needs to be held like an egg. Yet, some of us adults, we don't understand this concept. And we go about doing things and making other people suffer, families, different regions of the world, without consideration for the children. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are here to do that. My story, I am a testament that if God has chosen you and given you life, if God has chosen you and said, yes, you will be the only survivor, if God has chosen you and given you a lot, giving you just the breath that you're breathing, that means you have been chosen, appointed, and committed to do something to change humanity, to eradicate hunger, illiteracy, poverty, wars, social injustices in the world. That is why we are here. And thank God we have this product that we're going to be using, that Mr. Ash Mufara and the team have created, and they will continue to create, monitor. But we must always use everything using your brain. It is our, think about what you're using. Are you using it ethically? Are you using it the right way, or you're trying to use it in a way that will go against the policies? And are this product equally distributed all over the world according to the regions, according to the data centers? We need to always look back, because when something good like this comes, and we know who our CEO is, he's a very, very God-fearing person, and he would not want to be corrupted. He wants things good for everybody. But sometimes the powers that be can be very dangerous. And sometimes when we don't have that strong willpower, when we don't have the fear of God, we tend to want to change things just because we're afraid of our life. Sometimes we refuse to be martyrs. We refuse to visit martyrdom, dying because you want to save humanity. You want to save children. And that is why we are here today. And we need everyone that loves children, that loves human beings, that fears God. We need people that truly have the heart to change the world in different ways, in our different endeavors. Welcome, Sister Veronica. Thank you. And we want people that will say, I am ready, not just for myself, not just for my biological children, but also other children. And so One Global Movement is putting down a list, because when time comes, we're going to be traveling the world, because we are going to be workers of One Global Movement, including me, so that we are paid to go right in person physically, so that when we are doing these things virtually through All Connect and all of these platforms that our wonderful CEO and the team are building, we also are right there on ground as physical examples and role models for these children. And so I urge you all, I urge you, everyone here, Tyrone, Nancy, Sarah, Saragino, Joseph, I urge Ruth, Sister Ruth Pace, I urge Veronica, everyone here, we must not keep our mouth shut. We must not keep quiet about this, because it is going to transform children's life and the young people, so that children will start believing in themselves, will start living their dreams the way God gifted them, will start knowing that they matter. Even a child is born without eyes, even a child is born without limbs. They are there for a reason. We must be there to really help these children to gain back their pride, their self-worth and dignity that they were born with. And it's only you and I, all of us here who can do it. And we are now in the greatest place of all, brought together by Mr. Ash Mufarah to do this. And I continue to say, good job to Mr. Ash Mufarah and all of us here who heard that call and accepted to join on Passive. And here we are together. So thank you guys so much. And we're going to continue to really take apart the different sections of education, different ways in which we want our children to be all included, to have choices. We want them to live their own dreams the way they were gifted, because they were formed. Their future was written before they were formed in their mother's womb. And we want to make sure that they're living their dreams the way God gave it to them, not the way you and I want it, not the way society wants it, not the way that the powers that be want it. We want them to live their God-given life. Welcome, Mr. Kuma, welcome. My God, Sister Elizabeth, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is very, very important. One of our sisters, thank you, you're here, and she's going to be joining us here in a lot of things, and also to connect us with the groups of young people, particularly young women in the area where she lives. So thank you so much, Sister Elizabeth, for joining us, and I highly appreciate you, and we'll be waiting for you on the stage here. Anyhow you want to do it. And I urge each and every one, we all have something to contribute. We all do. Even if you contribute in your dialect, that is good. And this is the kind of system of education that we are talking about. People being educated in their own way, their own culture, their own values, being educated around what surrounds them, what makes them, what builds them, not the way that the secular education is wanting for our children. And we start reclaiming our thinking faculties. We start training our brains, because we have been so tinted by this secular system of education that we forgot the reason why we were created in the first place. So this is very, very important. And we from One Global Movement, which you all here are, we want to make sure that we extend this even beyond the boundaries of our locations, our dwelling place. We have to extend this the whole world, so that when time comes, we will not be looking for these kids. We know that these kids are already there through us, the Unpassive founding members. And that is why Mr. Ash Mufarah, no matter what is going on in Unpassive, because I realize that a lot of us are giving him a headache, but he does not care, because he keeps looking ahead, because his destination is more important than the side distractions that we are giving him. And so let us spread the gospel of One Global Movement to all corners of the globe, to every home, every child. And like I said before, if you have young people in your area and you cannot subscribe for them, if they have a Gmail account, bring it to One Global Movement. We will register every person, every child, register them. When time comes, we will find a way to start subscribing. We subscribe for one product, and then now we train them, and then we give them that account when they're responsible enough to handle those accounts. And we continue to do so until we get every child. And children are coming every day. Women are pregnant all over the world, and we're going to make sure that this replicates all over the world, so that every child, will give them something tangible to support themselves with, because we cannot be teaching children without something tangible, like building generational wealth that we talk about today. Building generational wealth doesn't take too much, but when we know what we are doing, when we are trained, when we change our mindset, things will fall in place, and we'll begin to be like, wow, I did not know that it can be this way. It can be this easy. I'm telling you, it can be, because I've lived it and I'm still living it. I was trained by my grandmother, and I know those things very well. Hello, Galian Mommy. Welcome. Oh my God. It looks like it's going to be rosy here today. We're going to see the entourage of the Galian Mommy, because when they come, It looks like they just keep launching like positive missiles. So, but thank you guys so much for being here. Now, this evening, we are in the Mindset Series number 77. What does a unique educational system for children mean to you? Begin to put your answers in the chat. Remember, we all are learning from one another. Nobody knows it all. I don't know it all, but I'm doing my best to bring the kind of education that my grandmother taught me and a Sunday school teacher, and the kind of education that I grew up in Cameroon, even though I partially grew up there and here. And so when you take the blend of two places, now you begin to bring the best. So what does a unique educational system for children means to you? What does it mean to you? Ladies and gentlemen, do your best to put your discussion in the chat, because this is how we grow. This is the real education here. And put into place academy that is safe, is valuable, is cost effective, it is pure. This is the kind of educational system that we want for our children. An educational system that they will focus on the unique child all round, educating the child holistically, paying attention to what the child loves to do, not what the authorities want the child to do. Paying attention to make sure that this child is not overcharged when the parents cannot pay. A lot of great things are coming our way, and we need to embrace it and be grateful to God and Mr. Ash Mufara and really use it to the best of our ability to transform our families and our communities and the global village. So thank you guys so much. Let me read the question one more time again. What does a unique educational system for children means to you? What does it mean? And for those who are new, don't forget to subscribe, because your subscription goes a long way to help us to continue to help these young people worldwide. Subscribe. Please share, and share. Some people don't know how to subscribe. Some people, because of internet difficulties or electricity, they cannot do it. Go walk with your own feet and go help somebody to subscribe, so that the family and the children will be glued to this kind of news, this kind of show, this kind of education that we have here. Instead of watching negative things, these children and families watch together with your children. And when you watch, you carry out a discussion, and you will see that these children will be happy, because we all are involved in the change that we are seeking for them. This is very, very important. We don't leave the children alone. If you have grandchildren, do the same. Or you can gather children, you can go to the library and try to read and teach the children this. Or you can go to, in your community, you can hold community gatherings where you come together, maybe like I used to do, to clean around the village, or the water, the tap area, or the road, sweeping the roads and cleaning everything. These are all things that bring together the community, or maybe a community garden like me, or whatever that will bring people together. Or maybe you just, like, it's summertime, you want to do barbecue, or you want to just cook and let people eat for free. There are a lot of ways that we can bring communities together. Maybe you're seeing these children on the street. Maybe if you make sure that you follow the laws and regulations of your place before you cook to give anybody. Because here in the United States, you need to have the catering certification, so you can handle food with the way that they want you to handle food, so that you can be able to feed these people. Because one global movement, when the time comes, we're going to be establishing a tent or a container where twice a week, or once or twice a week, or more, depending on how we get people who can help, we're going to be cooking, and these homeless people, they can come and eat. And then they can have a place where they can go and shower. Free soap, towels, they shower, and they feel good about themselves. So we're going to do that. How about homes, building communities for these homeless children? A lot of things that we can do, but we can only come together and do it. And this is easy. If we come together, we bring our ideas together, we can do this all over the world, populate one global movement all over the world, and knowing that we, the unpersevians, will be the directors of these children. And in so doing, we are creating jobs for these young people that get out of school. They are stranded. Before you know, they become drunks, or they get engaged in drugs that are not healthy for them, because An idle mind is the devil's workshop. An idle mind is the devil's workshop. When you're idle, you don't have something productive to do. Then you begin to think of things that are not good. So, what does a unique educational system for children mean? And remember, here we don't rush, because anything that concerns children, you don't do it by rushing. You got to calm down, put in your entire soul, your being, your existence into making sure that we are helping these children the way that they're supposed to be helped. Because when you help a child well, with love included, that child grows up to become a very productive citizen, not just for themselves, not just for their families, but for the entire world and their various countries. This is so important, and we can do this. Mr. Ash Mufara has opened the door for all of us to do it, and we can do this. So, can't we? I know we can. And what do you think? So now we start with a quote. And I love this little girl, Malala Yousafzai. If you guys can Google it, Malala was one of the young girls from oh, I'm forgetting this country, but from Pakistan. You know, she, by the grace of God, escaped an assassination. And what she wanted was an education. And you know, they didn't want to girls to be educated, just like me in Cameroon. My father didn't want me to go to school because he thought, because of limited resources, only the boys have to be sent to school, you know. So but thank God for my grandmother, my mother, and some of the good parents of the village, and here I am today. So Malala Yousafzai is advocating for equality in education, gender bias. She does not want to hear about that kind of thing. Everybody, whether you're a boy or you're a girl, you deserve quality education, and she's doing that. So she says, I truly believe that the only way we can create global peace is through not only educating our minds, but our hearts and our soul, our entire being. I truly believe the only way we can create global peace is through not only educating our minds, but our hearts and our souls. That is Malala Yousafzai. And you can Google Malala Yousafzai. If you just type the word Malala, it's spelled M as in Mary, A as in apple, L as in leg, A as in apple, L as in leg, A as in apple. When you say Malala, then you'll see Yousafzai will just pop up, and you will begin to read about her, and you will really love what you're going to read about her, because I really love it. It's good. She is advocating for children all over the world, particularly young girls. So, what is a unique educational system? A unique educational system for children refers to an approach to education that is distinctively tailored to meet the diverse needs, interests, and abilities of each child. This system moves away from the traditional one size fits all model. Remember that. Let me remove this. I'm becoming sweaty. It's so cold here. It was raining, and now I was cold, but now I'm sweating. So, this is a system that is not a one size fits all system, because there is nothing as a one size fits all in things that we do. We can be given the same gift, but the method of application is different. And so we have to let children study the way that they were born uniquely. Education that tailored to meet their own unique interests and values and their desires, their goals, and their dreams, not a one size fits all model. And instead, focusing on providing personalized learning experiences. And we have a lot of key features that typically characterize a unique educational system for children. And now we're talking here, remember Academy. Academy, with our product, one of our products is tailored to the unique child. With all these algorithms, they are going to be able to really fit into every child to dictate to know which way does a child love to study? Is it kinesthetically or hands-on, or just theoretically? And how do they want to study, and how long they would do it according to their pace and according to their understanding, and the examination method would not be the best method of determining the the success of any child anymore. And which is true, because imagine children are going to school, like my son, he goes to school out of state. Imagine he has to sit for an exam, and this child has not eaten. Maybe this child is going through some challenges. Let me answer my son, okay? Just 1 second, please. I just talked about his calling. Hello, hon.
Hey, Mom, I got good news.
Okay, hon. But
Isaiah just got engaged with his girlfriend of 6 months.
okay, that is wonderful. When you come home, let's talk about it. I'm doing the show right now, okay?
Oh, okay. Why didn't you just say so earlier?
All right, hon. See you soon. Drive safe. Thank you. I love you. Bye.
Well,
That's my son. He likes to tell everything, discusses everything. So that is what we are talking about here. A unique system of education tailored to meet the child all around, holistically, not doing one part and not the other. Because in the secular system of education, they just say you have an exam. They don't know the condition under which you're living. They leave you to yourself. They don't know if you've eaten. They don't know if you have all the materials that you need. They don't know if something is bothering you, if you're sick. They don't know. But here now, they all these algorithms are going to be so built in such a way that they're going to be able to dictate that for children, and they will continue to grow. So now, so what are some of these features? You have number one, individualized learning plans. Imagine they're drawing a school plan just for yourself or your child, just for your child, with their name labeled on there that suits them. And with this plan, it's not like it's written in stones. They keep adjusting it according to the way the child is progressing or is moving along with education, right? So each child has a customized educational plan that considers their strengths. What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? And what are their learning styles? And what are their interests? Now, interests, we're talking about their gift, because sometimes children are being deceived to do other things that they just admire or their friends doing, and they too want to do it. You see that? So, this ensures that they receive the support and challenges they need to thrive. To thrive. The essence is for them to thrive, and thriving knowing fully their material, not just thriving. And then number two, another feature is flexible curriculum. Remember, I said nothing is written in stones. It can be changed. God created us and made us flexible human beings. That is why when somebody does something, we have to imply what? Forgiveness. And we have to imply to also work with that person, but be wise, not to be foolish. Like the book of Proverbs teaches us to be wise when we do things, right? So, flexible curriculum. The curriculum is adaptable, allowing for modifications based on the students' progress and interest. Always based on the student's progress and interest, nobody else. And they do so for every student, every child. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. I really love it. And then it often integrates various subjects and real world applications, making learning more relevant and engaging. Okay, we talk about relevant, engaging, and interesting. We talk about all creates, all play. All those things are things that are going to be embedded in academy, because a child cannot just read, study without playing. They have to strike a balance, take some space and go do something, and then come back to what they intend to do. This is very, very important. And then number three, we talk about diverse teaching methods, not the one size fits all method of the secular educational system. Not to condemn that educational system, but they started something. But I think we can do better if we have the interest of the students or the children at heart. They can do better. And so a variety of teaching methods are employed to cater to different learning styles of Every student. This might include hands-on activities. Like somebody like me, you can tell me something, but if I don't do it, I will not be able to internalize it. I will not be able to keep it. So I have to practice it. That's why you see me when I'm out there. I said, if I'm going to be teaching these kids, plant a seed, plant your own flowers in your own garden and smell your own flowers. I have to be able to do it myself. And that's why you see me out there in the gardens and doing a lot of things, because we cannot be telling these children to eat healthily, yet we are not growing these crops organically with organic manure, but we grow it with chemicals. That is not a good role model. So I get out there and I do it, and thank God that I can do it, because I was also brought up that way. So that is so important. So this might include hands-on activities, project-based learning, technology integration, and experimental learning opportunities. We are already in the world of AI technology, high technology. And thank God that all of these products, we are going to be enjoying them and experiencing them with our children in on passive. And I really so highly thank Mr. Ashman for everything. And then you have another future number one, student-centered approach. Student-centered approach. The educational environment places the child at the center of the learning process. You put the child in the middle. About a month or a month and a half ago, I wanted to know exactly what my son is doing, because he has about 1 to 2 years to graduate from aerospace engineering. And although he's going to continue, because he says he wants to have a PhD in aerospace engineering. And I wanted to really know, even though here they want to push you behind and said, no, he's 18. He can decide for himself. No, don't let that happen. We are family. It doesn't matter whether your children are 50 years old or not. They are still your children. We discuss things together, because two or more heads are better than just one head. So we had a meeting, and I was asking, and then the advisor turned around and asked my son, "Do you accept that your mom should be in this meeting?" I just kept quiet. I'm like, oh, that is a way to push the parents away, which is not good. My son said, "Yes, of course, she's my mother." And so we were discussing, and at another point again, he asked, "Do you want me to reveal this to your mother?" Because I wanted my email taken so that I will know what is going on. That is how you take care of your child. You don't just send your child to school and let the child be. It's the same thing too, like in grade school. We, the parents, because the first education is from us, the parents, at home. Moral education, high moral and ethical education starts with us. When you build that foundation for a child, then any other thing out there will be just seamless. And so we got to another point. It's like, oh, I need you to, I will send this form to you to send to your mother, so your mother can sign before things can be revealed. Again, here we go. So we need to get involved, because we, the parents, the adults, and the caregivers around these children, have to instill that first foundation of organic education in our children before they can begin to go to school for other teachers to teach. And keep in mind that even in academy, there will be teachers that will be teaching. It's not you and I, but we have the children. The first 5 years of life, we need to install the best in our children, instead of relegating our children in the hands of other people to really train them for us. That would not be a good thing. Like me, I refuse to send my child to the daycare or bring a nanny in to come. No, I said no. I did not want that, even though it was hard. But that is the best choice that I've made for my son. And we all should be doing that for our children, regardless. A lot of children, they've gone off course, and we see why is this child behaving? It's not the child's fault. Maybe the mother is not even there. The mother died or something, or sick, or maybe the mother doesn't even have time to train that child the way the child should, or maybe the parents don't even know what to do. So we now come behind and try to pick up and pick after every child. So, the educational environment places these emphasis on the child. The child becomes the center, not an instrument, not an instrument to use to achieve something. We want the child to really know, and we, the teachers, should be very happy teaching these children. And teachers act as facilitators and guides, encouraging the students to take an active role in their education and develop critical thinking and problem solving skills, right? And we let them think according to how things come to them. Not like in mathematics where we have absolutes. In other areas, there are no absolutes. But sometimes, even in mathematics, they have about two ways to come to the solution of a problem. But we let them use their own natural gifted talents to think and carry out things that way, because a lot of time they will do it and then we learn from them as well, because they are born, their brains are so spongy that they have all these adventures, this they are soaking everything and they learn so fast. We can also learn from them and they can bring their own style. Mr. Ash Mufara, unpassive, and the 21st century Ash Mufara and unpassive. This is now. In the future, these children will bring their own things too, because these things will continue to grow and expand and continue to change. And we continue to grow with the times, right? Very, very important that we do that. We want our children to glow, to be happy, to be stars, to want to go to the moon, because they were born with greatness within them. But because of societal relegation and other things, because of societal stereotypes and the way the educational system has been set up, our children cannot thrive. They do it with fear. Children should be very free. They should be humble, respectful, and express themselves and their experiences, and also willing to share. One of the things that One Global Movement will be doing, because there's so much focus on education and feeding children, is to do exchange programs where children can that we can swap kids in between the countries in the world, and so that every child can have experiences, so that when they travel, they will not feel like they don't belong. We want to remove this barrier that has been placed among our children. We want to remove these barriers, and traveling in itself is educational. We want to do things that when they travel, say, maybe to the United States of America, or they travel to, say, Cameroon, for instance, they can visit the educational office, they can visit the zoo, they can visit farms, they can visit the beach. A lot of great things they can do this. But we cannot do it when we ourselves are not investing in these children and making them know that they belong, that they have choices, that they are free to study their own way. And this kind of educational system through academy and unpassive is just going to be open the best doors of opportunities to our children, and of course we the parents, because we're still going to be learning too, right? So now we talk about holistic development, whole as a whole, all round holistic development. It is a focus. The focus is placed on not only on academics, like I said before, not only on academics and trying to sit for an exam and get A grades, or comparing, oh, I have a C, oh no, I feel bad, I have to have an A. No, it is not only on academic achievements, but also on the emotional, the social, the physical, and creative development of each child. You realize that nowadays a lot of kids don't know how to date anymore, because they've been so glued to these gadgets. And we, the parents, have failed to strike a balance between between social development, physical development, creativity, emotional development, and we just give the gadgets to babysit our children. And this, a lot of these children, we have one video that we did before during one of our presentation on O Connect. You see, these children are real. Now they start fighting with their parents. Not to say we should ban our children. No, that's not the thing. With every good thing in life, you must strike a balance. If you don't, that good thing can easily become a bad thing if we do not. Even with us, it's just like you eat too much, and now you can't breathe well. Sometimes you start throwing up, right? It's with every good thing, we must strike a balance. And knowing this time is family time, this time is study time, this time is dinner time, this time is barbecue time, this time is gardening time. And you will see the children will be so happy. They themselves will come and say, oh, it's time for this. Mommy and daddy, let's go do this. You see, they'll be very, very happy. So this can include, like, we can inculcate arts and design and painting into family activities or school activities, sports, social emotional learning, and life skills education, really educating them how to do this, how to speak to people, how to communicate clearly, and how to really respect people. This is part of the moral education that we are talking about. And then we talk about inclusive and equitable environment. Inclusivity is one of the things that we must. Every child is included. No child is left behind. We have to include every child, and the environment must be equitable. For instance, Mr. Ash Mufara and the building team, they are building data centers. What is going to be put into those machines? What is there? Because those machines, they didn't just come with knowledge. We have to, Mr. Ash Mufara and the people that are building all this high technology, they have to look for the best knowledge and put it there. And thank God Mr. Ash Mufara says everybody is going to be included. These kind of things will not know any geographical barrier. It's going to be equal. But we have to, we who are using it for our children, we need to make sure that this is equitable and it is all inclusive, like they say, because the data center in the United States of America must not be different from the data center in the continent of Asia or in the continent of Africa, or it must not, it has to be the same. So that when a student leaves from here to for an exchange trip or an excursion trip or mission trip to another country, they go there, it's the same thing, absolutely the same. Because when things are made equally, equitably distributed with the same kind of environment, whether it's the machine environment or the home environment, kids will realize that, you know what? I am being loved and cherished, and their self-esteem will go up. They will know that they can do things. This is what we want for our children. So the system strives to be inclusive, ensuring that children of all backgrounds and abilities have access to quality education. It doesn't matter to say, oh no, let's start from here because these ones are like this. No, we have to fight to bring the children up the same way, and also putting in place plans that are tailored to serve the specific needs of the children. Very, very important for us. And for me, like me, I always go everywhere. Me and the father will go everywhere, but more so me. I want to make sure that my child is treated the same equally, and is being served equally. But sometimes it's hard because they will try to frustrate you. But with these machine learning from Unpassive, I think we're going to be in the best place in the world with our students, with our children. So this kind of system, it emphasizes equity, providing additional resources and support to those who need it. Like if we say specially able children, I don't want to say disabled anymore because that is like looking down on some people. Because all of us, we are specially able in different ways. And so, like for this especially able, what do they want? Maybe they want to learn through braille because they cannot use their eyes. They use their hand to read, to feel the braille writing, right? That's one of the ways. Maybe they cannot use their hands to write. Maybe they can use their mouth to write. We've seen that. Or maybe they can sing, but they can't play the instrument. Or maybe they can sing and play the instrument at the same time. We want to make sure that these kids are being served the way that they're supposed to. And we will know, we the parents, we the adults and caregivers around these children, we should be able to know what our children's gifts are. If we really love our children and we are focusing on them. Like for instance, our son, we knew that he was going to become an engineer at a very young age. Like when he was a toddler, 2 years old, or even less than two, he was different. He was always trying to figure out things. And when we buy a toy, if he doesn't build it up, he will not eat. When he builds, it doesn't fit, he will throw it, he will cry, and then he won't eat. Sometimes my mom used to cry. My mom said, you guys should take this thing and put it away. I didn't go to school. Am I not growing? We say, Mom, that's not the case here. And so we will just feed him. He won't even look at you. He'll just send his mouth like this. You put the food, he will continue to build. And so we knew, and the dad started putting papers from different schools in order since he was 2. And now he's doing exactly that. We let him change his mind. And let us let our children change their mind, because when they're changing their mind, they're learning. They're finding their own identity, which they must do, not you finding it for them. So they are learning, they're finding their identity, and when they change their mind, accept it. Even though I know that it's going to pinch a little bit, because it will be like, oh, I'm spending money to pay for the tuition. Let them change it, because if you leave that stage to pass by without letting them do it the way that they're supposed to do it according to nature, they will come back to that point, and that will not be good for them. So he changed his mind several times, and he said, you know what, mommy, daddy, I am going to go back to what I love. And we accept it. We are happy that he went through that. It involves a little bit of money, but hey, we want a holistic child, and we want a child that is involved in their own education, in their own future, not a future that is being decided for them by some people based on what they think you should do or your children should do or say. We don't want that kind at all. We don't want that. And then we talk about parental and community involvement. Parents, I always say parents, parents, parents. Our children's education starts with us. And even if we don't know how to read and write, moral education does not have to 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 need you to read or write. It's just good behavior, manners, character, because we all know that our attitude is our altitude. How you behave well is how you're going to climb in life, that is succeeding, and be truly happy with your success. So parental and community involvement is also very important in this kind of unique education. Parents and the community should be actively involved in the educational process of their children. Don't leave your children and they go to school. You don't even know what kind of homework they have, or if you don't even know how to read and write, you may at least ask, honey, have you done your homework? Is there anything that you need help with? You can also recruit mentors that will mentor your child if they are finding challenges in certain areas, right? That is what we do as parents. You want to make sure that your child graduates understanding what they're learning, not just going to school to get grades and get out of school. This is so important. Student Teachers Association meetings, you must be there contributing according to how you see your children or the children in your community doing. And we talk about conferences, school conferences. You've got to be there. You've got to, the teachers see you participating in activities in school, or after school activities in the community, like games and all these matches. They see you there. This is how you support your child. You realize that when your child is engaged in, say, like football or whatever, when you are on that stand watching them, when it's time to start, the child will turn like this with a smile, and you smile back, or you blow a kiss to your child. Do you know that you energize that child to do well? They're happy with that, and we all are. We are adults. If somebody does not stand up for you, you're not going to be happy. Look at me. I am happy now because you guys are supporting me here so that together we can build up these children. Why wouldn't I be happy? I am an adult. I still need that support because the spirit of Ubuntu, the African spirit of Ubuntu, lives in all of us. That spirit says, you are only human through the humanity of others. You don't exist in a vacuum. You don't exist as an island. We are in this together. And Mr. Ash Mufara understood that concept and brought 1.4 million founding account members because he knew. He even told some people that, come along with me, I'll lead the way. Come along, let's do this together to better the world. That is the kind of spirit that brings you good health, happiness, love, and smartness, and your greatness will come out. And it's the same thing too for our children. So this collaboration helps to enforce learning and ensures that the educational experience is supportive and comprehensive. And number 8, we talk about emphasis on lifelong learning. Learning, we're still learning until we die, right? We'll learn until we die. So the system encourages a love for learning that extends beyond the classroom. Imagine all create, all joy, imagine all media, all of these things, children are being exposed. And by the grace of God in the future, one global movement can own a radio station. Imagine a child speaking in the radio station. Do you know that that is something? We've elevated that child to a whole new level. They will see themselves very different. They will see themselves as transformers, as achievers. Nothing is beyond their reach if we nurture them the right way. So this promotes skills such as curiosity, adaptability, and continuous improvement, preparing children for the ever-changing world. Nothing is static. It's going to change, but we prepare their minds today. Like Malcolm X says, education is the passport to the future. And the future belongs to those who prepare for it today by going to school, educating themselves. This is very, very important. And it is true. And we need to make sure that our children get this. And we can get it along. I went to school here with my grandfathers. They were 70s, 80s, 90s. They were. And education is a lifelong learning, always learning, because you always have to make adjustments. You always have to move with the times, because that's the way God created us. We are co-creators with Almighty God, and we are always creating different things, good things. So long as it's for the betterment of humanity, it is going to succeed, right? And then we talk about innovative assessment methods. Instead of relying solely on traditional exams and grades, we talked about that already. Unique educational system use a variety of assessment methods, such as portfolio, building a particular portfolio for each child. We talk about presentations. We talk about self-assessment and peer reviews to evaluate a child's progress comprehensively. This is very, very important. Not just the exam. The exam does not really know if this child understood the concepts, if this child really understands what they're doing. So this will be the best way, because now every child is treated as a human being, a unique human being in their own way, in their own creative mind. They are doing their work. This is so important. And then we talk about safe and nurturing environment. The educational setting is designed to be safe, supportive, and nurturing, fostering a positive and motivating atmosphere for children to learn and grow. Remember, unpassive products is based on number one, safety. If there is no safety, no child can study well. It's built on value. Value, if there's no value in something, there is no need for to teach that child that kind of thing. Is built on purity, cleanliness, good communication. If something is not pure, it is not clean, what is the essence of teaching the child? So that is why I so love on passive. And One Global Movement is using Obless and O Academy as the primary products or primary means of using it to teach these children around the world, and also teaching ourselves. This and many more are the things that we are in, and we have to keep nurturing. Remember that we must exercise the virtue of patience. These kind of things that Mr. Ashmufara is doing, and he's gone that far, these are things that people have been doing for 30, 40 years without success. But he is here. Please let us keep putting our hands together, praying for first of all safety, his safety, the safety of his family, and the safety of our engineers and those that are working for us and their families and all of us. Let us pray for one another, especially to our brothers and sisters in Papua New Guinea with the landslide and other areas of the world, other people that are sick, other people that are going through grief. We must come together, and we're doing it now, not postponing. If you postpone to tomorrow, is not promised anyone. No one knows tomorrow. So if we want to do something for the sake of these children, we must do it now, right at this moment. Because if you're not here tomorrow, you would then know that you empty out yourself into the world, and you invested holistically and with love into the lives of children. Let us not go to our graves with the wealth that God gave us. Let us empty out ourselves into the universe and do the best that we can. Education is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change the world, in the words of President Nelson Mandela. And you're not a failure at all. You were born with greatness. No matter what the world says, you are not, because you're not, unless you accept it using your mind, then you become a failure. So this is so beautiful, and thank you guys so much for always joining us here. So in conclusion, a unique educational system for children is one that acknowledges and embraces the individuality of each child, providing them with the tools, opportunities, and support they need to reach their full potential in all aspects of their life, everywhere they are in the world, whether in your home, in the community, where this is the kind of unique education that we are talking about. So thank you guys so much. Let me take a sip of water. Okay. When I answer that phone call, that is just to also tell you guys that when children call, we must not uh, stay without answer. We must answer, because when a child calls, they are excited about something. If we don't answer them, that thing might die down. So that also shows that here in One Global Movement, that's what we do. If you need to take off, you need to do something for your family, yourself, your children, do so. We want people that will come here and contribute well and really focus on here. That means you must have taken care of yourself, you must have taken care of your family, your children, or your grandchildren. And then now, when you come here, you will bring that same quality that you've done for yourself and your family and your children here. And we are looking for quality. We're not looking for quantity here. Quantity is good, it's part of quality, but what kind of quantity? That quantity that has quality embedded in it 24/7. That's what we need for our children, because a lot of children are going through a lot in the world, and we need that for them. We need, because it's going to be difficult to really try to retrieve those ones that have been so tinted in ways that are not good. And so we need that quality so that we can build a rapport and trust between us and those children, so that they can listen to what we're trying to help them with, right? So that is very important. We have Tarun here. Hello, Tarun. Thank you for being here. Hello, Nancy. Thank you. And wow, super early. I usually see if everything is okay, then I saw you. Welcome, family. One Global Movement appreciates you. Yes, we appreciate everyone here. And Nancy, the dancing queen, is always with the dancing shoes on, like you can see there. And we have uh, I will always call you Gino. Gino Joseph. How are you? Sarah Gino Joseph. Thank you so much, brother, for being here with us today. We highly appreciate you. Thank you. And of course, we have our beautiful sister Ruth Pace is here. Thank you so much, my beautiful sister, for being with us here. And welcome, Saragino. I am so proud of you. Keep it up, brother. Yes, I think you brought Saragino here. Now I can remember when you said that. Nancy referred him here. Thank you so much. And Gino refer some other person too. Let us not keep this blessing only to ourselves and our families, because when it starts, I'm not just waiting for the apples from Unpassive. Unpassive is going to take us to the highest top, but there are other resources that I'm building so that when they start, we go, because we're not going to wait for anything at all. And Ruth says, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag Dr. Yvonne Mundih, hashtag education for children, of course. And hello, Sister Veronica. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Hello to everyone here from Sister Veronica. And we have Palethora. How are you? Palethora, what does that mean? Palethora rainbow. Oh, you okay? Beautiful rainbow. This is from Damandra Kumar. Thank you so much, Sel, for being with us here this evening. For a moment, I was a little bit mixed up. That what is that? Okay. And of course, our sister from Papua New Guinea, Sister Elizabeth Bade, is here. Thank you so much for joining us today. We highly appreciate you, and accept our condolence and our prayers for those that lost families and those that have been displaced by the landslide. And we still seek to know how we can get involved in that and who are those affected, even though it doesn't matter who. But if there are some founders that are among them that we can know, we can reach out to them, then One Global Movement will be glad to reach out to see what we can do. So thank you so much for joining us from Papua New Guinea. Hello, Tarun, Sarajino, Ruth, Veronica. Welcome to hashtag One Global Movement, where we speak with heart. We speak with our soul and our entire being. Hello, Galleon. How are you? Where are your brothers and sisters? Okay, maybe you are representing them today. Thank you so much for being here with us. We love you. Thank you. And Nancy says, remember, we are unique. That means we always have something that others don't have. So everyone is gifted in one area. Be proud of yourself for who you are. Be proud. Even when you're pooping in your pants, be proud, because people can poop because they have an illness, and we don't run away from those people. We take care of them. That's why you see people that are involved here, people that care in this One Global Movement. They truly care, and they are carrying out different initiatives in their region. Somebody like Nancy is taking care of the disabled. And that is a big something to do. Some people are providing clean water supply, like Yvonne Finn. Some are continuing in the legacy of their parents, like Esther, in the legacy of the parents, educating young people and being counselors to couples and providing food. You know, these are things that we all can do. Remember, Martin Luther King says, it does not take a degree or certificate to serve. It only takes a good heart to serve, right? And that is the best education and the best life to live. So thank you. Welcome, Galion. We appreciate you. And the hashtag Ashmufara, hashtag one on passive, hashtag Dr. Mundih, hashtag One Global Movement, hashtag we love you all, hashtag we really have been through what through am I really like we really haven't have enough love. Okay, we have enough love to share. Yes, we have enough love to share. More than enough, Nancy. Thank you so much. And Nancy again say, families, remember to press the big thumbs up. Subscribe if not yet done. Press the notification bell and share with families and friends. So much so. Thank you. And our sisters, Elizabeth said, we are stuck up in the normal educational system guided by textbooks and curriculum. I hope OnPassive will change this and focus on the talents of children, flexible curriculum based on talents and talents. Yes, and based on the culture of that region, because there will be no need to force other people to read about the history of other when they have their own history to read. When we let people do things according to their family, their culture, then these things, when brought together, the world will be a much more better place to be in, instead of forcing education and not lying in books, because some of the textbooks have been lied into and our children are studying lies. So we must make sure that we are taking note of all these things. Yep. And everyone feels free to give your comments on the topic. Remember, we all are learning from each other. Thank you for spending your evening with One Global Movement. We love you all. Yes, we certainly do. Education is the powerful tools to change the world. With OnPassive, we will be able to remove barriers and learn freely. Yep. Mr. Ash Mufara says so every day. And the unique education system for all children to help them depending on their abilities. Physical challenges, children, and people we support through AI to become independent and have successful future. Very much so. So thank you so much. I am going to play this music again and we end it. Usually I play, let me play the OnPassive music, our international anthem now. And then we'll end the session for the evening. And thank you guys so much for your support and your love for One Global Movement and children of the world. But thank you so much for being a member of OnPassive, because without OnPassive, we will not be here. Without OnPassive, I will not know you guys. You will not know me, right? That is very, very important. Thank you so much, Veronica, for that statement. Yeah. Okay, we're going to play on passive music. And I always like to remind us and our children to always stay focused, stay encouraged, stay empowered, and always believe in endless possibilities because they are there. They're endless. So, and unpassive is bringing them to us. So let's play. And anybody who wants to exit the stage, that's fine. Or you can wait till the music is done and then you can exit. Here we go. Hopefully the commercial is not coming. Let me see.
I'm
Oh,
obsessed with Olay's retinol body wash.
the commercial is
Olay
coming.
retinol body wash, 95% of women had visibly. We are here. We are on passive, shining bright into the future. We rise high with one heart and revolution, lifting up humanity as we rise, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn. We are the stars. Bringing hope, shining the light. We're a nation, we are rising with one love, with one hope, bringing solutions, lifting up humanity. Let's rise high, standing tall, hand in hand. We are the unicorn, we are the
Here we go, Nancy. Keep dancing. Love you, Veronica. We are so in it to win it. Yes, we are in it to win it. God has taken it, and there is nothing we can do but win. We are going to win. Thank you guys so much for for being here, spending the time with One Global Movement children. You could have been somewhere doing something else, but you chose to come here. That means you support the change that is coming our way, especially to our children. Mr. Ash Mufara built on passive based on children, because in that future we are also included, and that future is for our children. So let us keep doing what we are doing, building this foundation, so that when things start, the apples start falling, not just from on passive, we can begin to move slowly, but we have to start little by little. After that, it will become bigger and bigger, and this is a movement. It has to get to every country in the world, to every child, to every home. So thank you guys so much. And remember, we love you all here, and give hugs and kisses to all the children around you. And until next time, we love you. Bye-bye.